Hello and welcome to the Brandon Smith Rugby channel, and it's very exciting. The Six Nations is coming. It is on tomorrow, or whenever you're watching this, it might be the day that we are kicking off, but we are going to be previewing the first game of the Six Nations. It's the Italians taking on the French at Stadio Olimpico on Saturday. Kickoff is 2:15 here in the UK local time. I believe it's 3:15. So if you're new here and excited for the Six Nations, be sure to subscribe. It's free to do and it helps my channel grow as we push towards 1,000 subscribers and keeps you up to date with everything Six Nations 2021. Let's crack on with the preview. So heading into this tournament, you'd have to say that France are in a much better position than the Italians, but let's take a look at the Italians first of all. Italy will be looking to get their first win in the tournament since 2015 when they beat Scotland at Murrayfield 22-19. So they've not won in the competition for over 6 years now. It's been quite a long time since they've got a win. France, on the other hand, were runners-up in the Six Nations and in the Autumn Nation Cup, and probably if they played their first team against England, they probably would have won that game. They pushed them so close with maybe even their third string side in that final, but they've been playing some exquisite rugby and are certainly building towards the World Cup in 2023, which they will host. In the last 5 matches between them, it's been France all over. Last time out they faced each other was in the Autumn Nations Cup. France running out very comfortable winners, 36 points to 5. In the Six Nations of 2020, France won that 35-22. Italy actually came back into the game late on. It looked like France were going to keep going and getting points, but fair play to Italy, they kept going and they got a few scores late on. In the Rugby World Cup warm-up then, the previous year, France won that one 47-19. In the Six Nations 2019, Italy were at home but unfortunately lost 14 points to 25. And in the Six Nations back in 2018, heading back 3 years ago now, France won that one 34-17. So France have absolutely dominated this tournament, but some of the games have been fairly close, and Italy have beaten France, of course, back in 2013. Let's take a look at both squads now, matchday squads, which have been announced today. I'll put them on the screen for you to follow, and you can let me know down in the comments down below your thoughts on each squad. Taking a look at the Italian squad, first of all, starting with the fullback, we have Jacob Chula. On the wings, and we have Luca Sperandio and Montano Ione. In the centres, we have Marco Zanon and Ignacio Brex. Then at fly half and scrum half, a very interesting partnership, which we'll get to soon. Paolo Galbisi at 10 and Stephen Varney, not the most Italian name, is at 9. In the forwards then, starting with the front row, we have Sheriff Traore. Luca Bigi is captain of this side, and Marco Rissoni also is in the front row. A lock partnership then of Marco Lazzaroni and David Ceci, and Sebastian Negri, Michel Lamaro and Johan Meyer is the rest of the team. One of the big concerns for Italy this Six Nations is the injury list. It doesn't read pretty. The likes of Matteo Minozzi is not in the team due to personal reasons. He's decided that he feels physically and mentally tired and cannot stay in camp for that long and accept that he has to stay in a bubble for that long without his family and the support of others around him. So he's not in the team. Bram Stein and Jake Pelledri, 2 massive ball carriers and physical presence, tackling stats are through the roof with them too. They both are injured for the whole campaign, with Tommaso Allen also missing for this game against France. He would usually start at 10. Let's take a look then at the French side. The French side is very strong, but they also have a few injury concerns of themselves. So once again, the team will be on your screen now. The big injury concerns for them has got to be Vakatawa. He's out for the whole tournament, and Ntmak is out for the first couple of games. Penaud is back on the bench after being out of team selection and injuries, so he's back in the team. But let's start with the fullback then, and let's go through this team. So starting at fullback on the day is going to be Doolin, with a wing then of Villiers and Teddy Thomas. In the centre then we got Vincent, who I made a video on recently, top 5 youngsters to watch in this year's Six Nations, link down below, with Ficou, also Gareth Ficou, very experienced. Now, Jalibert starts at 10, plays for Bordeaux, 22 years old, very exciting player coming through there. Dupont then, the best scrum half in the world, without doubt in my opinion, starts at 9. Then looking at the front row, we have Bailly, Marchand and Hawass, a lot of power there in that front row, you'd have to say. Then Leroux and Wilhelms start in those lock positions, and then you have Cretin at 6, Aldrit at 8, and then Olivon as captain at 7. So this French team, what do I think about it? Well, as I've said, a very, very exciting team. They will look to throw the ball, and we'll look at footage in the second that backs that up. Dupont will run the show. That's what he's going to do. He's an extremely attack-minded player. He plays heads-up rugby, doesn't he? That's what he is. He gets the ball, he looks around, sees what's on and goes for it. He understands where he should be on the pitch. His kicking game, his box kicking is very, very good. I know some people aren't the biggest fan of box kicking, but it's a big part of the game that we are involved in now. The likes of Olivon, of Aldrit, of Hawass will carry the ball very, very well, will get over the game line. And you worry for Italy. Italy play a very narrow defence. And so if France can win the physical battle and draw and suck defenders in, they have so much talent and so much ability in the backs to really, really destroy this Italian defence, if we're being totally honest. So how are both teams playing? Let's first take a look at the Italians. We're going to look at some footage and we're going to see what they could bring to this game. So what can we expect from this Italian team during the course of the Six Nations? Well, although traditionally they are built on strength and power, they do have some very exciting backs and have the ability to break down defences with clever footwork and clever passing with great lines. Here you can see in this example against Scotland in the recent Autumn Nations Cup, they have the ability to get round defensives, the speed of play and the offloading skills to create fantastic tries, finished here by Matteo Minozzi. One of the big concerns, though, in this Italian team has got to be their ball carrying and their ability to break down teams physically and get over the gain line. And one of the players who would be key to this is Bram Steyn, the number 6. He is an exceptional ball carrier with the physical power to get over the gain line and finish tries as well. He's going to be someone that this side is massively going to miss. The same would be said about the likes of Jake Pelledri once again, as he is out of the team. And Bram Steyn is such an intelligent player. The 6'5" South African born lock is a powerhouse and he'll be very, very difficult to stop. So for Italy, they will need to look to get the ball out wide, to be patient though and take their opportunities when they can. They'll have to try and keep their defence as wide as possible, not get sucked in, because that's where France will look to exploit them. So what can we expect from this French team during the course of the Six Nations? Well, jouer, play, allez le bleu. That's how it's going to be for them. They will look to offload, to throw the ball about, to create spaces. They've got fantastic forwards who can get over the gain line and give them the platform to do that. And it's all going to be dictated by the petit general that is Antoine Dupont. He will dictate the play. They will miss the likes of Vakatawa in the centre, but they've got capable players such as Vincent who can put a good shift in. And what they really thrive off is quick ball. If they get quick ball, defences tend to play this blitz defence and they have the ability to get around them with their clever plays, their good passing and good options. This team is a really, really exciting side, and with a young core and a young set of players, this team could seriously be the favourites for the World Cup in 2023. But against the Italians, if they play quick, if they can drag this defence across the pitch, it could be a very easy day for the French. The footage, we've looked at the teams that have been picked. It's going to be a great game, in my opinion. I think this is going to be a real opener, great opener for the Six Nations. Whatever happens, I'm going to back France to win, but it could go two ways. It could be very close. Italy could really hold on and make it hard for them. And if Italy can do the simple things well, keep that penalty count down, take their points when they need to, and defend for their lives, I think they could be okay. But it could go a different way. Italy have a very narrow defence, which is something that I would be very, very concerned about coming up against this France team. They traditionally struggle after about 60 minutes, which you then expect the likes of Dupont, the likes of Jalibert, Teddy Thomas, you got Penaud on the bench, who will really, really take that into consideration and will really play on that, knowing that at 60 minutes this team maybe doesn't stick in as much, maybe physically is not at the level, and they could rein in tries. So it could go either way. I am going to back France to win. What I want to see from Italy, I want to see Italy play like we know they can. They can throw the ball about. We saw that in the footage. They can score decent tries when they're on it, and we need to see that on Saturday, but we need to see their defence holding, and their penalty count has got to be as low as possible if they want to get anything out of this game. But I am going to back France to win. I think it's going to be about 15 points to 20 points win for France, and it'll set up the tournament brilliantly for France, who probably are the second favourites for this tournament. But I'm very interested to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments down below. I am going to be doing a match watch along for this game, not showing the game, but you can watch along with me and we can have chat and banter about the game. So I'm going to be going live 2 o'clock UK time. Kickoff is at quarter past 2. So we're going to get going with that. We're going to have food, we're going to have drinks. We're just going to enjoy the rugby together, and I'll be doing the same for the England game. Talking about the England game and the Scotland game, there'll be a preview for that out on the channel either by now when you're watching, or be out very, very soon. Anyway, that's all from me. Enjoy the rugby over the weekend. Make sure you're subscribed to Brandon Smith Rugby here for the course of the Six Nations, and I'll see you soon. Peace.